pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There are no district announcements and there's no public input, so we'll move right to Mr. Carmelo with the retiree presentation.
Okay, thank you very much. This is always a bittersweet celebration. We want to celebrate the many, many years of dedicated service from our retirees and congratulate them on their retirement, but it also means that we have a lot of making up to do for all the years of experience that we're going to lose. So as I think everybody knows, I started as a high school principal my first 6 years here, and so there's quite a few of my high school colleagues from that time that are still around and now leaving this year. So a little extra bittersweet for that group. So I thank all of them. We're going to go through them one at a time. I thank all of them for their years of service. I wish them so well. And I'll remind them that the retiree sub rate is up to about $150 a day. So we could always use you to come back and sub in our buildings. Am I advancing this? Or are you? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Andrew Batinger, thank you for your 16 years of service. Lois Batsios, thank you for your 23 years of service. Joyce Beauregard, thank you for your 28 years of service. Teresa Bellarose, thank you for your 33 years of service. Rosemarie Corelli, thank you for your 14 years of service. Jeffrey Carminati, thank you for your 31 years of service. Patricia Cohen, thank you for your 13 years of service. Addie Cook, thank you for your 30 years of service. Chris Cadimo, thank you for your 21 years of service. Chris Davey, thank you for your 20 years of service. Louisa DeLucia, thank you for your 21 years of service. Sharon Felock, thank you for your 29 years of service. Greg Hansen, thank you for your 39 years of service. I think he's the most. Ruth McGlue, thank you for your 23 years of service. Beth Renna, thank you for your 19 years of service. Angie Ryan, thank you for your 33 years of service. Monique Serafin, thank you for your 32 years of service. John Stiso, thank you for your 31 years of service. Susan Tario, thank you for your 37 years of service. Alfredo Freddie Wedro, thank you. Oh, I should have known. Freddie, Freddie, thank you for your 45 years of service. Ronald West, thank you for your 19 years of service. And Tracy Zotner, thank you for your 16 and a half years of service. Again, with everybody combined, we're losing a lot. We're losing a lot of experience, a lot of great people. Thank you for your 574 combined years of service and dedication to the Troy School District. And we wish you very, very well in retirement. Many of them on the list, many of those on the list have already left us. They retired during the year. But those that still have a few weeks left, have a great few weeks and a great retirement to all. Oh, very cool.
financials with Mrs. Schweizer.
Good afternoon. This is April. The transfers this month were related to opening purchasing back up. So we had to move money around. The claims auditor reviewed 226 claims totaling $5.6 million. In general fund, we are projecting a surplus while keeping 4% fund balance. The next meeting, we will have more final numbers that the board can choose to move to reserves if they wish. Special aid, we are going to begin our final reports for the next month, and all accounts have been reconciled.
Great, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Thank you. Next, we'll have Mr. Carmelo with a superintendent update.
So the superintendent update is usually for COVID, and I'll give you a quick one. We had the Rensselaer County meeting this morning, and across Rensselaer County, there are no students right now with COVID, so that's a great trend. I always get nervous about saying it, knock on wood as well, but the trend is obviously for us going down as well, but to see it's across the county, and I think it's actually across the region, but we only meet Wednesdays with the Rensselaer County folks, so. We hope that that continues. There is a forum tonight from 7:30 to 9. That's also out on our social media. It's some of the area superintendents, John McDonald and some of them in Ashby, Commissioner Rosa. It's similar to, remember I shared the letter that the 92 superintendents signed a letter to some of the elected officials in state ed and Department of Health, just asking for early guidance for next year, so we're not scrambling in August trying to figure out what to do, but to try to get some guidance out to us early so that we can get started. The governor last week, if you heard him, talked about remote learning, talked about the important part it played this year, which it certainly did with the things we went through, especially earlier in the year. But he made it seem like its time has come and gone. So we'll see. Sometimes he says things and then backtracks, but sometimes he says them and then official guidance comes out a week or two later. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out as the numbers hopefully continue to trend in the positive direction. We have started our plans. I've told the board on Friday for the prom, which will be next Friday, not this coming Friday, but next Friday, and then graduation will be on Friday the 25th. The limits have been extended, so we were making plans for either proving vaccination or a negative test, but those caps have now been moved up so high that we don't have to do that, which is certainly good for logistics for that day. But again, the trend is certainly in the right direction. You want to also talk about?
Absolutely, yeah.
So Tom and Ann and I met for agenda review on Friday, and we're just putting the draft schedule for next year's board meetings. And one thing that always comes up, and so we just figured that we would get the board's input on it, is right now, for the most part, our first meeting of the month is 6:30, and then our second meeting is 6. And there have been years where we talked about making them all 6, but I don't know if people like the staggered piece of that. So we want to put this on June 16th's agenda so that we can get it out there officially so the community knows when our meetings will be for the year. But Ann and Tom wanted to get input from everybody so we can talk about if we want to just keep it the same as we've done or make them all 6 o'clock. And we're going to try to go back to rotating that second meeting around the district like we've done in the past before COVID.
One of the things too, considering this was executive session, which means if we do it, 5:30 would be the earliest start probably for an exec session.
Right.
If we go to 6 o'clock, but we can always go after for exec sessions too. So it's not see how everybody felt about changing.
How does everybody feel about it? About going to have all the meetings starting at 6?
I don't have an opinion one way or another. I'm home, it doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Have we gotten, I mean, I know, we're still in pandemic, but have we gotten any feedback from community members that may like to attend? I mean, I know nobody's knocking down the doors as it is, but I would think a later start time would give people the opportunity to attend if they wanted to.
Yeah, and I think that's initially why we had one at 6:30, Matt, so people were working and they could get home and eat and still get to the board meeting. So if you think, I mean, if the board thinks that 6 o'clock doesn't give people enough time.
And two, the 6:30 one was always because we were traveling to, so it gave the people in the school, if they wanted to come to their own neighborhood school where their kids went, it'd give them time to get there. That's what the 6:30 was moved to. Because at one time, we had 4 meetings a month.
Heather, Brianna?
It doesn't matter to me, either.
I would
I
suggest
mean,
to do them all the same, so the community just knows.
Well, that's what I thought was easier for the community
Whatever
to
it
know
is.
that they're 6 o'clock.
Not have to be looking
And
it
you don't
up.
have to say, is this one 6, is this one 6:30? That's what I thought was good for the community.
I have to think about it to myself. Is it at 6 or 6:30?
Ebony?
You're muted, Ed.
Are you there? There she is.
Yeah, sorry. I would say I like the earlier meetings. 6 works for me, but, I'll go with whatever.
I like 6 too.
Across the board, 6 o'clock, I think is a really good idea.
Okay, thank you. We'll put that on the next agenda. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, superintendent recommendations, human resources, staff matters unclassified. Motion for consent agenda items 1 through 11.
Second.
Okay, under discussion, I will be abstaining from number 4, letter I. For the record. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Classified items, sorry, superintendent recommendations, human resources, staff matters, classified items. Motion for consent agenda items 1 through 5.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Superintendent recommendations, programs, motion for consent agenda items 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Superintendent recommendations, business and finance, motion for consent agenda items 1 and 2.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Future meetings, our next meeting will be here, June 16th, here at the middle school at 6:30, and we'll be honoring our Tri-High honor graduates, and I believe there's over 80 of them this year, so that's pretty awesome. July 7th at 6 p.m. here at the middle school, and July 19th again at 6 p.m. at the middle school. Does anyone have anything before we adjourn?
Is Joe Mariano from here to get the?
He'll be here, but it'll be virtual like he did last year.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you announce that you're looking for input on that?
Will we announce?
Well, while we're on camera.
Oh, yeah. So the plan that we put together, first draft we gave last week, we've made some adjustments since that meeting, some input that we've gotten. And there's a public input opportunity right now for the next 30 days through June 30th. So please check our website and our social media and give us any input you have on how to spend that $22 million. Remember, it's over the next 3+ years, so certainly not all of it being spent now, and it'll be a program and plan that is fluid and adjustable. But we are strongly encouraging any and all feedback and input from the community, so thank you.
John,
Yes?
I'm not usually one for the sports page, but I just saw Michael Kennedy, Troy High Jr., pitched a no-hitter against, I think it was Abel Park. I'm not sure, but I think it was Abel Park.
Yes, you got that exactly right, Ms. Apicella. Michael Kennedy.
Okay. I'm not really good in the sports area, so that caught my eye.
It's great to point that out. Michael Kennedy is one of the best pitchers in the area, pitches for Troy High, did throw a no-hitter yesterday, almost threw a perfect game. Walked a couple in the bottom of the 7th, I think, or top of the 7th, but
They have some awesome kids on that team. I know a couple of the other ones
yeah.
too.
He's going to play his college baseball at LSU, which is some of the best baseball in the country. So, yeah, thank you for saying that, Ms. Apicella. Appreciate
Some
it.
of them are already committed.
I just wanted to make sure we congratulated him.
Yes,
He
yes.
graduated as well. Thank you.
Does anyone have anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Bye.
night.
Thank you.